I took sick leave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Today's date is December 8th, and I'm calling this regular commission meeting to order. Time is right at 7 p.m., and hopefully you've had a chance to look over the agenda, and I would request a motion to approve the agenda. A motion properly seconded. Any discussion from the dais? Any from the floor? The public? Seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimous. Pastor Joy Glanzer is going to do our invocation tonight. Please rise if you can and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be followed by Commissioner Clark.
Thank you. Pray with me. Heavenly Father, we come here this evening in gladness and celebration that we live in this community filled with love. As we begin the holiday season, let us embrace our neighbors, no matter which holiday they celebrate. We are all one here and of one spirit. Bless our town and open our hearts to the joy of the season. As our elected officials prepare to finish up this year, help them to see clearly the vision we have and to stay focused on that path, one which serves all the people. We trust you will bless them with wisdom and charity, for it takes both to give balance to our community. Give comfort to our citizens who have less than they need at this time, and help us to recognize that need and share our own abundance. When one is lifted up, we are all lifted up. And finally, may our discussions tonight lead to harmony and resolution, upholding respect for each other and healthy outcomes for our city. We pray this in thy name, Lord. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Glanzer. Thank you, Commissioner Clark. Are there any public announcements? 2 minutes. Please just identify yourself on the podium mic. Make sure the base has a green ring on it,
It is green.
and you're good to go.
Thank you very much. I'm Helen Warren, and I come out here from Gainesville, another part of our county, on behalf of the Community Weatherization Coalition. As a member of their board, one of my responsibilities is to share information about the services and ways that we can help individuals across the county. Our mission at the Community Weatherization is to help our neighbors reduce their home energy and water bills, improve their quality of life by engaging volunteers, building community, and learning together. Our core values are that of service, learning, and building relationships. We have a small staff of 2 full-time individuals and 2 part-time individuals, but we have over 100 local volunteers across the county that help with our education mission. We are a grassroots community coalition. What we do is that we can do an energy audit within a home, helping individuals learn to be more energy efficient with their electricity, their water, and their other resources. We provide tune-ups that can find leaks in the airways, the doors and such, so that they keep the energy in the home. We can help with water consumption and even safety issues. CWC was founded in 2008 with a coalition of organizations and individuals from across the county with Faith Community, the University of Florida, and GRU. We've joined together to address the problem of low-income residents who have had trouble and difficulty paying their utility bills. And we can also work with renters. It doesn't have to be the homeowner that we can actually get in and assist them. And 14 seconds. We've had an impact in the 12 months since the tune-ups of helping individuals save $255 per year per home. And so much more. I've shared some pamphlets there on your table. Please share with your neighbors. We do have a website, the Community Weatherization Coalition, and we operate under the fiscal responsibility of the rebuilding together, North Central Florida.
Okay.
So we are online and an active presence.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Mayor, I just want to tag along, say that Obviously, with our customer service department, we've worked with the Community Weatherization Coalition many times, have had very successful results in helping our community save some energy, especially the lower income.
Very good. Thank you. All right, the next item is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion is moved and properly seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimous. All right, so we don't have a very long agenda here, but this one particular item is pretty repetitive. These annexation number 40. And Stacy, if you want to lead us through this, it is first reading of the following ordinances, 25, 76 through 79, and 81 and through 83.
Here we go. Good evening. This is annexation number 40, and it is 7 applicants for 11 parcels that are looking to annex into the city. The recommended it's moved before. Nope, she did. There you go. The recommended action is to approve the following ordinances on their first reading, read by title only. Here are the ordinance numbers associated with the actual voluntary petitioners, along with their parcel IDs. This is the map, and you will see the purple. I'm not sure. I'm hearing buzzing, and the maps are going. You hear the buzzing? Okay. Okay. So the little purple areas are the areas that we're going to have annexation, going through the voluntary annexation process. This ordinance, 2025-76 through 77, 78, 79, 81, 82, and 83 have voluntarily come to the city and want to annex to be a part of the city of Newberry. And that's approximately 227 acres. The last annexation was about 203 acres. So this year we'll be annexing close to 430 acres of land. The proposed annexation, this serves to strengthen contiguity and improve overall compactness of the municipal boundary in the subject areas. And per section 171-0446 Florida statute, we did do the proper notifications in the actual newspaper. This is one of those that has to go in the actual newspaper. And we did do our part in letting the Board of County Commissioners know that we were going to be annexing these lands as well. And we also transmitted them to the county staff, planning staff, to hear no objection. So we are here this evening to hear Nicole's wonderful voice as we read in each of these ordinances for approval tonight, if you so wish.
All right, thank you, Madam Secretary. Michelle, you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
So
Thank
again,
you,
it's
Chair.
very repetitive kind of stuff here, so just bear with us. And we're going to start with 2576. Madam Shelley?
Yes, and I'll read each title, and then you all will vote on that ordinance, and then I'll pick up the next. Does that sound good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is ordinance number 2025-76, an ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, annexing certain portions of unincorporated Alachua County that includes parcel number 02696-010-005, as more particularly described in this ordinance as petitioned for by the property owner pursuant to Section 171.044 Florida statutes, making certain findings, providing for land use, zoning, and land development regulations and enforcement of the same, providing directions to the clerk of the commission, providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and providing an effective date.
Thank you. Is there a motion on the annexation? Commissioner Farnsworth, Commissioner Clark on the second. Is there any discussion from the dais? Any from the public? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimous. 77, ma'am?
Yes, next up, first reading of ordinance number 2025-77, an ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, annexing certain portions of unincorporated Alachua County that includes parcel number 01925-003-000, as more particularly described in this ordinance, as petitioned for by the property owner pursuant to Section 171.044 Florida statutes, making certain findings, providing for land use, zoning, and land development regulations, and enforcement of the same, providing directions to the clerk of the commission, providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and providing an effective date.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a motion? So Commissioner Long and Farnsworth. The motion has been moved and properly seconded. Any discussion from the dais? Any from the public? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimous. 25-78, Madam Shelley.
On first reading, ordinance number 2025-78, an ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, annexing certain portions of unincorporated Alachua County that includes parcel number 04269-001-000, as more particularly described in this ordinance, as petitioned for by the property owner pursuant to Section 171.044 Florida statutes, making certain findings, providing for land use, zoning, and land development regulations and enforcement of the same, providing directions to the clerk of the commission, providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and providing an effective date.
All right, do I hear a motion? Commissioner Long, Commissioner Clark. Any discussion from the dais? Any from the public? Seeing none, without objection, the motion passes. Motion passes. 25-79.
So be adopting ordinance number 2025-79 on first reading, an ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, annexing certain portions of unincorporated Alachua County that includes parcel number 04399-004-002, as more particularly described in this ordinance, as petitioned for by the property owner pursuant to Section 171.044 Florida statutes, making certain findings, providing for land use, zoning, and land development regulations, and enforcement of the same, providing directions to the clerk of the commission, providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and providing an effective date.
Thank you, Ms. Shelley. Is there a motion from the dais? Motion has been moved and properly seconded. Any discussion from the dais? Any from the public? Seeing none, without objection, the motion passes unanimous. Next.
This will be for adoption of ordinance 2025-81 on first reading, an ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, annexing certain portions of unincorporated Alachua County that includes parcel number 01833-004-000 and 01833-003-001, as more particularly described in this ordinance, as petitioned for by the property owner pursuant to Section 171.044 Florida statutes, making certain findings, providing for land use, zoning, and land development regulations, and enforcement of same, providing directions to the clerk of the commission, providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and providing an effective date.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Is there a motion on the annexation? We have a motion that's been moved and properly seconded. Discussion, Commissioner Farnsworth?
On the map, it looks like there's space between two parcels there on that.
Which parcels are we talking about?
81.
Yes, they only own those two. They're still contiguous with the gray.
Okay. And that other one didn't want to join in.
They're voluntary, so, this is the, hold on one second. This is the, okay. So the Barclays came in today to talk about future annexation of other parcels they've purchased in this area. So those may be some of the ones that they're looking at bringing in. They're in the process of buying a couple more as well down there.
Kind of surprised the county didn't have a problem with that.
As long as they're contiguous and they know that the whole intent of what we're doing is filling in those enclaves, they're okay with it.
Any further discussion?
I just want to remind the commission, and I'm not sure that Commissioner Long was there for this conversation, but we also have an agreement with the county that they're not going to object if anyone wants to annex inside the City of Newberry, they're not going to object. It doesn't matter about the enclaves because they understand that the only way we have the realistic goal of filling all the enclaves is to get people when they voluntarily annex in. So we're just going to fill them all up as they come in voluntarily. So that is a still standing agreement that we have with the Board of County Commissioners.
Perfect. Any further discussion from the dais? Any from the public? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion passes unanimous. And I think that brings us to 82.
It does. This will be for adoption of ordinance number 2025-82 on first reading, an ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, annexing certain portions of unincorporated Alachua County that includes parcel number 01765-001-000, parcel 01770-000-000, parcel 01772-000-000, and parcel 01772-001-000, as more particularly described in this ordinance, and as petitioned for by the property owner pursuant to Section 171.044 Florida statutes, making certain findings, providing for land use, zoning, and land development regulations, and enforcement of the same, providing directions to the clerk of the commission, providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and providing an effective date.
Thank you, ma'am. Do I hear a motion? Commissioner Long and Commissioner Farnsworth, are any discussion on this annexation from the dais? Any from the public? Seeing none, without objection, the motion passes unanimous. All right, last one, 2583.
Finally, ordinance number 2025-83 for adoption on first reading, an ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, annexing certain portions of unincorporated Alachua County that includes parcel number 04391-002-000, as more particularly described in this ordinance, as petitioned for by the property owner pursuant to Section 171.044 Florida statutes, making certain findings, providing for land use, zoning, and land development regulations, and enforcement of the same, providing directions to the clerk of the commission, providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and providing an effective date.
Perfect, thank you, Ms. Shelley. And what is the pleasure of the commission? Commissioner Long, Commissioner Clark. It's our final action of the year as a commission. Any discussion from the board? Any from the public? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Motion passes unanimous.
Thank you
That
very
brings
much.
us-
I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas.
You too, yes, ma'am. Okay, so we are actually already to comments. So public has first crack, 5 minutes. Who would like to start us off? Mr.
Hello,
Hoffman?
everyone. Joe Hoffman, Mayor, Commissioners. As you know, our ongoing dispute with Gaston. This is a new bill that's being proposed by the state with agriculture. Had it sent by a lobbyist friend of mine at the state level today. So first off, I'd just like to say that I appreciate the commission standing behind what we've been doing so far and telling Gaston that it does not belong there, meaning the grinding operation. I know that they're at a stay right now, so they're allowed to grind, but they have started dumping and grinding at 5 o'clock in the morning now. So that wakes me up in the morning. I get up early. I'm a construction guy, but 6 o'clock, 6:30 is what time I usually get up. Now it's 5 o'clock, and you can't keep your windows open anymore. So my neighbors are all complaining. They call me, of course. I get to be the bearer of bad news. So I did speak to Jake Green at the property appraiser's office. He absolutely denied their request, so they are not going to get ag exemption. So I would like to ask the commission to pursue the lawsuit again, get out of the stay and start, telling them that they're out of the ordinance. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. His comment was that they are not using best management practices, which would be cutting the timber on the land and then regrowing the timber, just like they do with all the other pine tree forests that we have. They refuse to do that. They don't want to
regrow anything there. They just want to bring in more dumping. And that's one of the other caveats that he said. They're not allowed to dump on the property. That's totally against what the whole bill that they're trying to use is for. That's why they want ag exemption so that they can be considered a farming operation, but obviously they're not. So this new bill that was proposed by Senator McLean, it basically is going to ask or have a company come to a city, if it's passed, come to a city and ask to be designated as an agricultural entity. So they would basically be able to jump over any exemptions, and they would not have to go to the city and not have to abide by any of the city's ordinances if it were passed. Now, they do have to come to the city and ask for it. The city can deny it at that point, but you have to have your reasons. And so I'm just worried that this might be another way for people to get around some of your local ordinances. It's another way for them to take over and eliminate home rule authority for the cities. I would ask that the city not only pursue the lawsuit, but ask Representative Johnson to ask for an amendment to this bill that's being proposed that would exclude grinding/mulch operations, and that would take them out of the picture on this type of bill if it were to pass.
Joe, do you know if there is a companion bill in the House?
I don't. I was just sent this
Okay.
before I got here.
No problem. Okay.
But if your lobbyist can find it, I'm sure, and if you need my lobbyist to help, I will absolutely do that, along with my attorneys to pursue the lawsuit.
It should be listed on the state website if there's a companion bill in the House.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We should be able to find it and take a look at it.
And I would think that, the city of Newberry is in pretty high regard right now as far as agriculture with the state.
Sure.
Think about
Yeah.
what we just did here.
Yeah.
What you just did. And, to ask for something like that, the city of Newberry, if anybody knows agriculture, it's the city of Newberry.
Yeah,
They should be able to tell them, this is not agriculture.
understood. Is that a head nod from the commission to have staff look for, okay, take a look at it? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any other public comment? Fair enough. Seeing none, city manager, you're next.
Well, Merry Christmas, Mr. Mayor. I'll try to make my comments not last longer than the entire meeting. I do want to announce that Waste Pro is going to be delayed by one day, Christmas and New Year's Day. The collection on Thursday will be shifted to Friday. I also want to announce City Hall will be closed December 24th, 25th, and of course, the first of the year, January 1. If you did not hear it through social media or on the news, City of Newberry was awarded a $2.9 million grant to get septic to sewer. That's great for us. We also got a $240,000 grant to help move a lift station in preparation for the two-way pairs. We have been on a roll. I know you saw the announcement about the $5.6 million jobs growth grant that we announced at the last meeting. We unrolled our Text My Gov service platform today. So if you got that text today, that is a legitimate text from the city of Newberry. This is a tool that allows us to talk directly to all of our residents at one time, or narrow down to one house and tell one house that they have a boil water notice. I think this is going to be very, very effective when we talk about First Avenue, road closures, those kinds of things. We can narrow down who we need to talk to. We can also send out surveys. We can gather all kind of information. So I'm very excited to send out that first text. If people ask you about it, it is legitimate. Phase one is us texting our residents, communicating. Phase two, our residents will have the ability to text in and ask questions. And so very, very excited about that. I also want to say thank you to all of our employees who were up here all day Saturday, Friday, who've been working for the past 4 weeks getting ready for the tree lighting ceremony. It was an eye-opening experience being on this side of the dais getting ready for that event. And there's a lot of work that goes into that, and there's a lot of stress to make sure those lights turn on. Once that plunger goes down, we're going to work on the plunger next year, but once the plunger goes down, that light goes on, right? I also want to make everyone aware that the North Seaboard Drive section north side of 26. That, according to our agreement with CSX, was never supposed to be a through street. It's supposed to be a parking lot, and we're going to honor that agreement. So we will make sure that residents have the ability to turn in to park and then be able to turn back out onto Newberry Road. But we'll have signage going up this week notifying people that it's a one-way in, it's a parking lot. CSX has been a great partner with us, but on some other things, but they did notify us that this was never supposed to be a through street, so we're going to honor that. And I also just wanted to have a personal thank you for the contract, the faith that you just showed in me. I do appreciate that, and I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. That concludes my comments, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Ms. Shallow?
Nothing except I want to thank everyone for the very warm welcome that I've received. I'm starting my second week here, and it's very, very, very nice. Thank you.
Very good. Good to hear, good to hear. Madam Clerk? Commissioner Clark?
Nothing but just Merry Christmas to all, since it's our last meeting, and God bless America, and God bless our troops that are deployed.
Commissioner Farnsworth?
Nothing but Merry Christmas to everyone, and I'm glad the tree lighting was a success. Things
Commissioner Long?
it finally happened.
I don't have much. Other than they had a charity event for Malachi. It was a great turnout. Thank the city for helping out with that and putting that together. So it was a great turnout for them. Great job out there for the tree lighting. Didn't go great, but you know, always some work for next year. Other than that, everybody have a Merry Christmas and see you guys in the new city hall.
Yeah. Yes, the tree lighting, it went great. It wasn't flawless, but hey, we just roll with the punches. That's good. So everybody, happy Merry Christmas for sure, and everybody that's been participating all year long. It's a great time, certainly to be in Newberry at this time of the year, but throughout the year is no exception at all. We do have a CRA meeting right after this. I don't know if you want to roll right into that or take a minute to go to the bathroom, but all right, we will adjourn the commission meeting and convene the CRA meeting. Thank you. Ms. Bacchitis, you're already on your way up to the podium. Let us call this meeting to order. This is the CRA Agency Board, December 8th. Time is approximately 7:27. And first and foremost is the approval of the agenda for tonight's meeting. Do I hear a motion from the dais? Motion has been moved and properly seconded. Any discussion from the dais? Any from the public? Seeing none, motion passes unanimous without objection. All right, approval of the minutes for the September 22nd is our next. It is the minutes from that meeting. Is there a motion from the dais for that?
So moved.
Motion has been moved by Clark, seconded by Commissioner Long. Any discussion from the CRA board? Any from the public? Seeing none, without objection, the motion passes unanimous as well. Hearing none, motion passes. All right. Presentations, Ms. Bacchitis.
All right, thank
You have the floor. Fire away.
All right, thank you for having me. I'm first going to go over a CRA update. This is just some things we're working on, some projects, so you know that what we're doing, what to expect this spring. So beginning October 1st, 2024, there was legislation that said that we had to have a special district annual report. This is apart from the regular annual report that you see every year. So we created this. I think we've included a copy in the packet, and it pretty much just goes over each project we're working on and the goals and objectives of that project. Okay, I'll look at this one then. So this one we're really excited to announce. We're working on a downtown development roundtable that will be a quarterly meeting next year in 2026. The first one will be Wednesday, January 14th at lunchtime. This was a recommendation by Retail Strategies in the 5-year downtown plan. And so that's one reason why we're doing it. We're inviting developers, builders, realtors, anyone who's interested in investing in the downtown area of Newberry. We want to first work with them to address barriers to development, really want to hear from them. what are the barriers to developing in the downtown area. We want to showcase incentives available, but we also want to hear from them what are some incentives that you would recommend that we could provide that would encourage development in the downtown. We'll also highlight market potential at those meetings, go over what Newberry has to offer, and overall build developer confidence. So each meeting, we want to lead to an actionable step. So actually leave with that meeting with something to bring back to the next quarterly meeting. So the next project we're working on, this will probably be in the spring. This is landscaping for the Bravo Hitchcock Detention Basin. This is the entrance into the CRA, but kind of the entrance into the city after you pass Publix. And so we're going to be putting some crepe myrtle, some muley grass, hopefully redo the whole fence around the area because that fence is pretty rusted. And so be on the lookout for that this spring. The next project we're working on, so this picture is from a demo that that a contractor showed us. We're working on getting a second quote right now. Lighting up the palm trees on Seaboard Drive. Right now it's kind of an entrance as you're coming in to downtown. And even when the one-way pairs come, it will no longer necessarily be the entrance because the road's going to be going the other way, but it'll add extra lighting to downtown as you're walking around that area. So some other programs we're looking at. So I'm presenting some programs kind of at the end of this meeting, but these are 3 other programs we're looking at. So the first would be a vibrancy grant, very similar to the facade grant, but it's going to focus on streetscape improvements. The money would be provided to provide landscaping, window signs, exterior lighting, murals, really anything that enhances the streetscape for the downtown businesses. The next I'm working with code enforcement on, it's the code violation remediation program. That would help people who are either at risk of code violation or are currently under code violation kind of remediate the issues they're having, especially if they can't afford to do that. That one would probably be income-based. So we would do things like help remove dangerous trees on their property, junk removal, demolition, removing old cars, that sort of thing. So the final program we're really excited about would be the art fire hydrant program. We would invite people to come and sponsor a fire hydrant, and they would pay a fee, and that money would be a donation to the fire department to help them purchase a thermal imaging camera. All right, and finally, we're proposing next year to just do quarterly meetings so that you guys know and the public knows exactly when we're going to be meeting with the CRA. We might have meetings in between, especially if we get a facade grant, then we can kind of fit in meetings as needed. But this is the quarterly meeting schedule, and they always land on a city commission meeting date. All right, thank you. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, thank you.
Okay, so moving into the agenda items is the free paint voucher program. I'm sure you probably have everything on the agenda tonight, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, just check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so this program I'm excited about. We talked to you, the board in August about this. So we're recommending that you pass Resolution 2025 CRA 05, which will adopt the free paint voucher program, and I'll go into next talking a little bit about it. So I've included some photos of houses that really, really need paint in the CRA district, and I'm hoping next time after this program passes, I can come to you and show you the before and afters of these houses. So the program offers a free paint voucher, so it'll be a piece of paper, and it'll say how many gallons are approved, how many gallons of paint are approved based on the size of the house, what colors approved, et cetera. And they can take that paint voucher and bring it to Ace Hardware or Sherwin-Williams and get some paint. Participants are required to paint the home themselves, but if they are elderly or disabled, there's an option that during the Great American Cleanup, the CRA will organize a group of volunteers to go and paint their house. And preference will be given to veterans, just depending how many applicants we get or a need of volunteers we need. CRA will also provide free pressure washing services for people painting in their own home. And that's essentially the program in a nutshell. Oh yeah, eligibility. So this program's only eligible for people who earn a low income. So that's 80% of the HUD area median income. I don't have those numbers on me. I forgot to print them off. I apologize, but I can send them later if you're curious what that cutoff is. Rental properties are not eligible. The house must need painting, obviously, and colors must not be extreme, so they can't be like black or neon, and they have to be approved by staff ahead of time. No Gothic homes, okay.
All right, so we have Resolution 25 CRA-05. Madam Attorney, do you have something to read into the record?
I do. Resolution number 2025-CRA-05, a resolution of the Community Redevelopment Agency, CRA, of the City of Newberry, Florida, adopting a free paint voucher program, repealing all resolutions in conflict, providing for severability, and providing an effective date.
Very good, thank you, ma'am. What is the pleasure of the board?
So with the repaint, and I'm looking at one of these pictures, would there be any woodworking repaired possibility in this project?
Unfortunately, not on our side. That would be the applicant's responsibility.
Well, I mean, I was
Was
just
there-
curious.
But I don't have the money to fix it up. You see, they have some kind of program to do repairs before they do the painting.
We can't do everything for them, I guess. Yeah, no, I understand. I thought there was a motion, but I'm not sure who. Okay, so we have a motion and a second properly made by the board. Any further discussion by the board? Any from the public? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion passes unanimous. Okay. Update to commercial facade grant program.
All right, so staff is recommending some updates to the commercial facade program. I know we brought this to you a few months ago, but since I've been administering the program, there's been a few things that we've recognized that needs to change about the program. So we're recommending to pass Resolution 2025 CRA-04. So the former guidelines only allowed businesses along Highway 27 or State Road 26. It didn't allow for businesses anywhere else. And so we're recommending to allow it for any businesses throughout the whole district. So this would include 252nd, which you can see is zoned for a central business district. So that's why we decided to open it up to the whole CRA. So any commercially zoned business is eligible. This next one was kind of an administrative. We wanted to have the program follow the city's purchasing policies. So before, in the former program, you needed 2 contractor estimates for purchases over $1,000. We updated it to needing 2 contractor estimates for purchases over $5,000, which is in line with the city's purchasing policies. And then finally, we removed language about the commercial corridor standards. That's kind of archaic language. The commercial corridor standards don't exist. I think it used to be a thing, so we just removed language about that. So simple. Any questions for me?
Any questions?
Are we still able to get the grants to refurnish houses?
Like you did back here, that's a state. Get the big grants, CBDGs or.
That's a community development block grant housing. We're only allowed to, we're only allowed to have one CDBG grant application at a time.
Yeah.
It's been the city commission's direction the last couple of CDBG cycles to apply for road infrastructure. So we've only been applying for the road infrastructure grants.
Okay. Is that what, I mean, is that what we're gonna continue to do, or are we going to? Cause
We
looking at
follow the
pictures
direction of
some
the
these
commission.
houses, I think they would qualify for.
We follow the direction of the commission, so.
Would we have to
you-
take that up in a commission meeting?
We have to get a community action task force together
And,
to vote on it as well.
The only caveat that I would say is that we have an application for road over here that is teed up, ready to go, filled out. almost guaranteed to be successful as long as we advertise it correctly. So if we get that one, then I would certainly bring it back to the board and ask for the board's direction. Which category, because there's 3 different categories, which category do you want to go after next? That was a very successful program.
One question.
Sounds good. Yes, sir.
Hey, Chelsea. Prior to you taking over this, the CRA was going to help up at the red light area where the car wash is. I know there's very little area, but the area in front of the car wash and the Domino's was able, from the owner's perspective, to do whatever we want in planning or do anything. We were gonna do that, but nothing ever transpired, and I have not gotten with him. Have you have any information or?
No, I've actually never heard of that, but
Okay.
I'd be interested to learn more.
Well, it was under Brian, and when we started the CRA, it was one of our first projects we were gonna follow through, and maybe since he left, everything left with him, but, I'll re-engage the owner and maybe with you.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, we have a recommendation to pass 2025 CRA 04. It's been read into the record, moved and. You have not
I've
read
not
into
read
the
it.
record? Oh, pardon me, I thought you did.
Nope.
Please,
Resolution
please.
number 2025-CRA04, a resolution of the Community Redevelopment Agency, CRA of the City of Newberry, Florida, adopting an updated commercial facade grant program, repealing all resolutions in conflict, providing for severability, providing an effective date.
Thank you, ma'am. Commissioner, or Board Member Long, you still want to make a motion? Was there a second? Second from Board Member Farnsworth. Any further discussion? Any from the public? Without objection, the motion passes unanimous. Number 5, Utility Extension Assistance Program.
All right, so yes, this is the final program we're proposing tonight, the Utility Extension Assistance Program. We're recommending you adopt 2025 CRA 05. So the program offers up to 50% total project cost, up to $18,750 to offset the cost of utility extensions. This includes costs like engineering, design fees, permitting fees, materials, labor. So this is essentially if someone has a vacant lot that they want to develop, they want to do a residential development or a commercial development in the CRA, we provide a little bit of assistance for them to connect that utility into the lot. So this is in align with the CRA plan. And it's a pretty simple, straightforward project. Do you have any questions for me?
Any commissioner? Okay. I think I said 05, but it's supposed to say 6, but no problem.
Mr. Mayor.
So 6 here. We did 5 was the first one.
Yeah.
So we did 5, 4, now this should be 6.
It is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not that big a deal. Any, no other discussion?
Mr.
All right.
Mayor.
Madam Attorney, you want to read the resolution?
I will. It's resolution number 2025-CRA06, a resolution of the Community Redevelopment Agency, CRA, of the City of Newberry, Florida, adopting a utility extension assistance program, repealing all resolutions in conflict, providing for severability, and providing an effective date.
Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to take the opportunity, since we're talking about this program, if there's a vacant lot in the city of Newberry in downtown, there's probably a reason that it's vacant, and it probably has to do with utilities. The staff stands ready, willing, and able to answer any questions to any potential buyers for those vacant lots. It would be in your best interest to reach out to staff before you purchase the lot, though, to find out where is the closest utilities, how expensive is it going to be to get there. We want to help facilitate these infill programs, but we run into a lot of situations where people have already bought vacant land and they believe they could go ahead and build on them. And you can build on them, but sometimes it is cost prohibitive to get the utilities to that. So one of the reasons for this is to help facilitate that infill program, but I don't believe that there's a vacant lot in downtown Newberry there's not a real good reason why it's sitting there vacant at this point in time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Read that one into the record. Do we have a motion from the board? Commissioner Long and Commissioner Clark. Any discussion from the board? Seeing none, any from the public? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. The motion passes unanimous. That takes us to closing comments. Executive Director, CRA Attorney, Board, Mayor, citizens, we're adjourned. How's that?
I found this on the web for attorney board members.
Series listing.